Hello friends, this is Carrie Blake and this is Listen at Lunch. We're on episode 40 and I'm very excited. I have my desk here is completely loaded with great things that I want to show you, and it's been a crazy day. First off, thank you for joining in on the viewer's choice that I gave you options for today. You spoke out and said you wanted cards for sure, and one of you, Stephanie, posted that she wanted a fun fold, and I believe today is Stephanie's birthday, so I'm here to accommodate. Thank you guys for nominating what you'd like me to demonstrate today. So today is Fun Fold Friday. We are going to make a bridge card or a U-fold card, and I'm really excited to show you because I've never done this before, and so I looked it up and watched and came up with a couple samples, and then the one that I'm going to do for you live, I'm winging it. So here we go. One thing I want to bring up right away is you're probably not going to be able to see this very well, but I got the new Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Woohoo! I'm so excited, and it runs smooth as butter. I love this, like my ribbon scissors. This is a breeze to work with. The platforms that we have are labeled, and the main platform that you use for everything, whether it's embossing or die cutting, tells you which platforms to use, what numbers of the platforms to use, and so it makes it a breeze. And when you're ready to store it, you just fold up these sides and set it away. But we're going to be using it today, so I'm very excited about that, to show you how smooth it runs. It's going to be a little awkward for you to see because I've got my camera so close to my mat here, my craft mat. All right, fun fold. I decided to go with the stamp set Coming Home, and I'm also using the dies that go with it. Oh, let me back up. So this Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine needs a name. It needs to be abbreviated. It needs to be smaller. So I've decided to call it Schema, or Sema. Let's say Sema. S-C-E-M-A. Sema. So what does that stand for? Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. What will the A stand for? I don't know, but it had to be something cute like Skemi, or Semi, or Sema, and so I just came up with Sema. So what's the name for tool that starts with A? Advocate? I don't know, but help me come up with a good name that's an abbreviation for this Stamp Cut and Emboss machine. All right, so I chose Coming Home. This stamp set is in the August through December mini catalog, and the suite of products that goes with this is just, it's gorgeous. And I have an idea in my head, so we're just going to wing it today. This will be a little bit of a longer episode. I'm going to be using the Designer Series paper, Trimming the Town, which is so sweet. Being that I'm in real estate, these little houses are perfect for me to pass on some cheer to some of my clients. So I'm excited about that. So I kind of looked at some of the samples here in the catalog, and I like what I see, and so I'm going to go for a look that's kind of similar. So let's have at it. All right, the first thing I'm going to use, because it coordinates with the Designer Series paper, is I'm using Misty Mountain, and I have taken my Misty Moonlight, I've taken my Misty Moonlight, and this is actually a half a sheet of cardstock, so it's 4 1/4 by 11, and I am going to, so you can get 2 cards out of your out of one sheet of cardstock that's 8.5 by 11, but I am going to cut off 3 inches from the long side so that we're going to have a 4 1/4 by 8 inch piece and then a 4 1/4 by 3 inch piece. So here I am cutting off the end, and we're going to use this, so we're going to set that aside. And now I have this piece of 4 1/4 by 8, and we're going to do some scoring. And to make it really easy, I'm going to score on one side at 1 1/4 and 2 1/2. And then instead of giving you more dimensions this way, you're just going to flip it over and you're going to score it again at 1 1/4. And then again at 2 1/2. Okay, so now you have this fun fold that is the base of your card. And the beauty of this card too is it fits inside a regular envelope. But you're going to see how fun this is. All right, now I have chosen some designer series paper from the Trim in the Town package, and I'll quickly show you these. Oh, they're upside down. Quickly show you these papers. Lots of fun houses, lots of snowflakes. This one is a gorgeous piece. It's a full 12 by 12. I don't know that I want to cut it up, but if I do, I will cut it up into sections and then use it as a base for a memory keeping page. So I'm excited about that. This is the back side. This one is one we're using today. Look at these little people. All these fun people carrying presents. All of them have scarves on. That is a really cute sheet. And here's the back side of that. This piece is gorgeous. I've already used this on a project. Here you've got a bunch of wreaths. And then, oh, I love this page. So this page has a bunch of different greetings in different languages. And it's really pretty. So this is definitely a great page to cut up and use all these little greetings that are on here. I love it. Here's another page with some houses. And then on the back side of that we have some stripes. So I'm using this snowflake paper in the Misty Moonlight. And I think I might just use another piece of paper here too. Well, I might just use the back side of this one. Yeah, I might just do that. Okay, like I said, I'm winging this one live today, so you're my guinea pigs. All right, let me set this paper aside and get moving. All right, the first thing I need to do, because we have panels we want to cover, and we want to do this before we fold our card and put it together. So we're going to need 4 panels of this is 1 1/4 by 4 1/4 wide. So let's go 1 1/8 by 4 1/8. So I'm bringing out my paper here, and I'm going to just cut a chunk at 4 1/8 right off the bat, and then we're going to slice it down to the sizes we need. So there's 4 1/8. I'm also going to go shut my studio door because I have some noise in the background. Hold on. Okay. Oh, and then, so we need 4 panels of the 1 1/8. You could go 1 inch if you don't like to do the 8s. But I kind of like to have it a little more snug. So I'm going to do 1. And then 2. So here's 2 panels. And then I'll do 2 more. 4. maybe I'll just use, okay, so I'm just gonna go snowflakes all the way across. So this panel is actually 2 7/8. So I'm gonna go 2 7/8 wide because I've already cut my length here at 4 1/4. How's this going? Okay, then I'm going to cut 2 more pieces at 1 1/8, and we're going to adhere those to our card. 1 1/8. Hopefully you can see me doing this. And whoop, that's a score. 1 1/8. All right, so now I have all my pieces. And just going to place them here. All right, I'm going to pull out my Stampin Seal, but you could also use your multi-purpose liquid glue. But I'm going to adhere all these pieces right now to my card. And I probably didn't want to do that because I'm going to do a bridge across the front, but we'll make it work. Just lining it up. This is so cute. Changing my mind again, and I'm allowed to do that, and I think I'm just going to rub this off, and I am going to change my mind and use this as my middle piece. So I'm just gently, because this is designer series paper, and I'm going to rub off this adhesive. It's not too hard, just want to be super careful. Up. Where's my garbage? All right, keep going here. Notice I'm pulling away from the paper and not pushing up on the edges so that I crunch up my paper. All right, now I'm going to go on this side, because that's just too matchy-matchy, believe it or not, for me. So let's go ahead and put this one down. Okay, and you see this center panel. Voila. And then we'll go ahead with these. One more. These are really pretty snowflakes. Okay, so now we have our pieces attached here. We can go ahead and fold it, and what we're going to do is we're going to fold it inward and then fold it back, so it's like a kind of a Z fold, right? And then we're going to do the same on the other side. Fold it in, and let's use our bone folder here. Crisp it up. And there we have the base of our card. Okay, that little lip is bothering me. I didn't have glue underneath there, adhesive, so I'm going to take just a little bit of multi-purpose liquid glue. It's probably too much. And then I'm going to press this down Those little things bother me. All right. Okay, so there we have our base. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, how am I going to do this? I think what I'll do is, no, I won't do that. Let's see. I want to do a base across the bottom. And I want to use this piece so that we can put that base here. So I think what I will do is just make a bridge, and I'm going to cut this by, let's say, 1 1/4. Is that going to be enough? Okay. Yep, I know what I'm going to do here. Okay, so, and then we're going to cut our designer series paper again. We're going to cut another 1 1/8 inch. Stay with me. Okay, like I said, I'm winging it here. And then I'm going to adhere this to this right here. Okay. Like so. Okay, and this is going to be our bridge across the front. But I'm also going to, all right, now I've already, here's another thing you want to do. You want to cut a piece of paper, Whisper White cardstock that is 2 7/8 if you're going with the 8s with me, by 4 1/8, which is what this is. And we're going to stamp it with a little greeting. And we're going to put that on the back. Now I'm using Night of Navy, but actually I should probably use Misty Moonlight. So let me grab my Misty Moonlight. Because then we're all matchy-matchy. And I've chosen a really cute greeting from the Itty Bitty Christmas stamp set. I've chosen From Our House to Yours. And I already have that on a block ready to go. Right? Come out wherever you are. Well, that's no fun when you're supposed to have your supplies right at your fingertips, and I just had it. And it's not hiding. Let's see if it's in the, it's not in the box, in the case. So it's got to be on a block, stuck to something. Alright, well, you know, that's what happens when you wing it. You put all your supplies in there, and then one comes up missing. Let me go quick see if it's on my other table. Sorry about this, ladies and gentlemen. All right, I found it. It was on the floor because I dumped my box by accident. So here it is, From Our House to Yours. I'm going to ink this up in Misty Moonlight and make sure that it's all inked up. Oh yes, it is. All right, do I have anything to stamp off? No, so I'm just going to go for it. From Our House to Yours, and I'm going to stamp it right up here. My name is Carrie. My name is Carrie. My name is Carrie. All right, that turned out pretty good. All right, so now we have our back piece. Close this up before I have another catastrophe because I left this open and I dumped my box and my paper trimmer fell right into my ink pad and I had ink all over that. That's why I'm inking a latte. All right, so we're going to put this on the back of the card so that you can actually do a little writing on there before you put it in the envelope and send it off to your friends. All right, make sure it's right side up. And I'm adding this piece to the back. There we go. All right, next thing I'm going to do is pull out my envelope with all my supplies. And that looks pretty cute too. Oh well. Where am I going? I had a little banner. And I don't find it, so I'm just going to cut another one rather than spare you the agony of me searching all over for the little banner piece that I have. Alright, so I'm going to cut another piece. That is 1 inch wide. And we're going to cut it down to, let's say 3 1/4. Oh, and you know what? I'm going to be a bad girl today because I labeled all my punches and then I got a couple new ones in and I haven't labeled them. But we are going to use a new punch, a banner punch, after we stamp on this. I'm going to stamp a greeting that is from Wrapped in Christmas. And the whole reason I bought this stamp set is because I love this phrase, it's the most wonderful time of year. And this phrase to me can be used for every single day of our life. Because if we have a good attitude, we can get through anything. Every day should be the most wonderful time of the year. So that I think I'm going to stamp this in, I'm going to bring out a color. So I think I'm going to stamp this in a Poppy Parade. Let's see if that's one of the, yep, Poppy Parade is one of the coordinating colors in my designer series paper. And we need a little color. So I'm going to tap that on my Poppy Parade ink pad. I'll close it up now to be on the safe side. Set that aside. And because this is a cling stamp, we have the foam pad, so I don't need a foam pad underneath like you do with the photopolymer. I'm going to try to center this right in the center of this little 1 inch by 3 1/4 inch banner. And there we go. So that's all set. Then I'm going to grab my new banner punch. And you'll see it has the invert and the cutout for bannering. And I like this cutout here. And these are increments of 1/2, 3/4, and 1 inch. So you just stick these in all the way because it's a 1 inch. And you can turn it over and make sure that you've got it right. And bannering out both ends. And if it's a real tight 1 inch, it might be a little tight in here as well. You'll see when you use this punch. But it all works out. So this is a great punch to have. It coordinates with a stamp set called Banner Year, which has a lot of greetings in it. It's really cute. All right, and we have our panel that's going to go across the front. So I'm going to pop this up. I think what I'm going to do is take my bone folder and kind of pop it this way, and then I'm going to banner up these edges so it kind of flips up a little bit like a flag. And then I'll put some wonderful Stampin' Dimensionals. Let's use the bigger ones. I'm just going to use 2. I'm missing my garbage pail. Okay, I'm going to kind of center that. There we have it on here. Next, I'm going to adhere this bridge to the front of this card, and I'm going to do that, I'm just going to put a little bit of, I think we should use tear and tape, but I'm going to use this Stampin' Seal, and I'm going to do it just on the ends, on both ends, like so. And to adhere the panel so that it folds up like a bridge, you're just going to fold in, it doesn't matter which side you fold in, but you're going to fold in one panel, and you're going to pretty much center it across the edge of this fold and the edge of this fold. And then you're just going to press down. Okay, and there we have the bridge that goes across the front. How easy was that? I was thinking when I first saw this, oh my gosh, this is too difficult. How am I going to be able to demonstrate that? But that looks pretty good. All right, so the next thing I want to do is I want to add a house in here. Yeah, so let's do that. I've already stamped a couple houses. Come out wherever you are. Here they are. I've already stamped a couple houses in Night of Navy, so they're kind of dark. And I'm going to show you how easy it is to run through SEMA. S-C-E-M-A. Still got to help me figure out what that A is going to stand for, because it's just got to flow. Sem is just not right, so semi. All right, now I'm grabbing my coordinating dies for the houses. Got the big and the little. And if you're not comfortable with lining these up, because we don't have the magnetic plate yet, you can grab some washi tape and secure these down with washi tape before you run them through to make sure they're lined up correctly. So here we go. Can't get right over the top of this, so how's that look? Pretty good for me. All right, then I'm going to take my number 3, and all the numbers are in the top right-hand corner. I'm just going to place that over the top and start running it through. Super easy. It's not as cumbersome or difficult to use your muscles like the Big Shot that we used to have. And there I've cut out these 2 cute little houses. Set these down, put these back in their case. Move this aside. Okay, now what I'd like to do is I would like to color these a little bit. And I had originally gone with the Misty Moonlight and Smoky Slate for the roof, but I think I'm going to change it up a bit. I'm going to go with a red. I'm going to go with some red accents, probably a red door, and maybe some pool party like this house, because we're going to pretty much be covering that house up anyway. So let's do a red door. No, let's do blue. All right, so I've got Misty Moonlight and I've got Poppy Parade and the Stampin' Blends, which I absolutely love to color with. And the reason I cut out 2 of these is because I'm going to layer this one over the top of this. And then it's going to be more of a, it's going to be a cuter house, I think, rather than have 2 houses. And plus, can we even fit? We probably can, but well, that might be cute too. All right. Well, let's do some coloring. What have I got already colored here? I did a couple samples already, but I'm going to go ahead and make some more. So, yeah, I'm still going to go with the house over the house, because that's what I know best. So I'm going to color in the door. The red, I don't really have to worry about the door on the other piece. Remember, when you're working with Stampin' Blends, you want a scrap piece of paper under your cardstock, so because it does bleed through a little bit, depending on the colors you use. All right, and to be fancy, I'll go back just along the lines here. Just to give it a little accent. There we go. All right, and I want to color in the windows with a little pool party. And we're going to do this gray granite for the roofs and a little pool party for the windows. Now, once again, I do not like working with a paintbrush because I'm not a steady colorer. So I'm going to go with the marker tip and just color in these windows. I'm not going to get too fancy here. What you could do is, I saw in one of the samples in the catalog, they kind of gave it some shadows, which is where the frost would kind of flow on your windows in the middle of winter if you're up in Michigan, especially in northern Michigan where it gets super cold. So you could do that. And I also saw that they put a wreath on this. They cut out a wreath from the stamp set, which is really cute because you have the die cut and you have this cute little wreath, but I'm not going to do that today for time's sake. I'm just going to color this all in. Oh, my light. The door. And then, I think I'm going to leave it like that, and I'm going to color in the shingles. I'm going to use the darker so that it shows up. You could go with the brown too. That'd be really pretty. You've got so many choices. Oh, good, we're back. Okay, had a little glitch in the internet there. I'm thinking this is too white in the background, so let's color it in with, what shall we color it in with? Give me a color. Seaside Spray, Old Olive. Let's do Old Olive. I love, wow, Old Olive with a red door. That is pretty Christmassy, isn't it? Let's do, should we do Old Olive or Seaside Spray? I'm going to go with, all right, how about we go with the Old Olive? And I hope we're still going. My internet says we're back up. My computer says we're not. All right, I'm going to use a light Old Olive. I may regret it, just because I have this stigma about green and red, and if they're mixed together, that to me is a Christmas color, and I immediately think of Christmas. But this is pretty much a Christmas card, so it's set in the winter, so it's only apropos, right? Plus I'm being matchy-matchy with the Designer Series paper, because the Designer Series paper also shows that Old Olive goes with Poppy Parade, so I think I'm good. All right, coloring this all in. This is going to be much prettier. Well, I probably don't even have to color that part in, because I'm going to be covering it up, so I'll just go over here. See, not a good color today. I think I've pretty much got everything. So I'm just going to come back with the dark Old Olive and do that little shading since I did the door. I think it's important to be consistent. Excuse me. Y'all still with me? Let me know what you think so far. Okay, another tip that I'm going to keep reminding you about is don't be afraid to move your cardstock around that you're coloring so that it's not awkward when you're drawing lines like this. Move your cardstock around so that you're comfortable with how you're adding your color. Because when I don't do that, it certainly adds to my coloring disability. It's noticeable. All right, I'm gonna do a little quick, hopefully quick. I got a tickle in my throat. Excuse me. Okay. I'm going to come back here and blend it. Now you really can't see the windows either, can you? Make this one stand out a little bit more. All right. Next I'll grab my dimensionals again and pop up this little house on top of the big one. You'll see why I didn't color this all the way. And I'm going to put this right over the top of this one. And then I'm going to pop this one up as well with the bigger Stampin' Dimensionals. And place that inside my card. Okay. So I'm going right down the front. Pop it right in there. Now, very cute, I think. It's turning out really well, but I think we need something, we need a little something. And on the back we have From Our House to Yours. Isn't it cute? But I have, first off, we have snowflake sequins that you could use. There is a wide variety of little sequins and snowflakes and stars, but for ease we also have adhesive back snowflakes, so I'm going for the easy today just for the sake of going a little bit faster. And it looks like we have two different colors, right? Look how cute these are. So I'm going to add some snowflakes here on the background of my card, and I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool, and I know I pulled it out. There it is. I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool, and I'm going to use the piercing end and grab some snowflakes and put them all around. Let's see. Just think it needs some more bling, right? Let's put one right on the house. Kind of in the window. Let's see some of these too. Cover up a little. These are really cute. And we can add a couple over here too. All right, well, I think this is pretty cute. So here's my rendition of the bridge card or U-fold, and watch this. Wow. Stay with me. I've said that a lot during this episode, haven't I? So when you go to mail it, you're just going to lay it flat, and it fits perfectly in our fabulous quality envelopes that Stampin' Up! Sells. So you're going to want to get these products, and when you get all these products, when you order these products on my online store, carryout.stampinup.net, you're definitely going to want to add a package of your envelopes. They come 40 in a pack, and these are super beautiful envelopes. So there we have my U-fold bridge card to show you, and of course I have two more that I want to show you. We used the Coming Home Suite and Itty Bitty Christmas, and also I used Wrapped in Christmas for the greetings. And as I was looking through the catalog, something I want to bring out and show you so that you know is if you're looking to create a bridge fold card, what is wonderful about our catalog now is in the August to December catalog, there is a section that just shows the dies. And you can kind of get a good idea quickly okay, these snow time dies, that might work. That goes alongside that goes in the front of the bridge card. Or you in the coming home or come home together dies, which is what we were working with today. There is also, which I'll show you on the card sample that I made, there are these cool snowdrifts with trees on them, and those would go great across the front, which of course, that's exactly what I did. I made, where's my card? I used the Color Velveteen paper pack, which comes in Highland Heather, Cinnamon Cider, and Soft Sea Foam, which is one of my favorite colors because I'm a green girl. And I made this wonderful card, Thinking of You at Christmas, on the back. And then I used the velveteen to cut out the snowdrifts with the trees across the front. And of course used them. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Isn't that pretty? And I also cut out some trees in the background. So there's another fold for you. Bridge fold, which I think is gorgeous. I might just add some cute little snowflakes to that as well as a subtle touch. And then I was looking at some others that I was going to run out of time, but Mountain Air and the Birds and Branches would make a really cute one. But I did choose the So Much Happy with the Playing with Patterns Designer Series paper, and I came up with a card for you. This is really fun, the So Much Happy bundle, because it cuts out the word happy. You've got some banners, streamers, you've got balloons, stars, the tails of the balloons. So I think you'll like, with the paper that I chose for this card, a little bit different. Of course, it fits in our envelope. And here we have a Happy to Celebrate You card. Isn't that sweet? I love how cute this is, and I love the colors and how they all coordinate with each other. So there's my 3 samples. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I would love for you to have another viewer's choice so that you can nominate what you would like to see demonstrated, and I'm happy to oblige. So thank you to the gals who chimed in and requested a card, and then specifically a bridge card. I appreciate you. To order your supplies, please go to my website, carryout.stampinup.net. I will post all that I've used on my sample today in the video ingredients of this episode. Please reach out to me with any questions. I value your friendship and you as a customer, and I want to treat you with the best service that you would expect. All right, everyone, stay well and be blessed.